What's up, everyone, and thank you again for tuning in to Gutsy's Studio, where we try to make magic together. And today, since I'm on it, I was actually thinking about doing a little tutorial video about dry transfers and actually how to apply them onto your models. So a little bit about dry transfers. These usually come in your master grade Gundam sets. There's several variety of other models that dry transfers usually come with, but if you are a Gundam fan like I am, these will be in your master grades. So I decided we're going to do this little tutorial quickly. As you can see, they usually come with this wax paper to protect it. We're going to leave that right on there so we can see what's going on. If you happen to drop it, the sticky side is obviously the side that is going to be going on to your piece, and of course you'll see that all the text is right side up. So what you'll need is a couple tools, nothing really fancy. We're going to need a simple hobby knife, something to rub the dry transfer onto. We definitely need some masking tape to hold the decal while we transfer it onto your panel, and we already have some masking tape kind of laid out here. And of course, this is not as hard as, let's say, water decals. I actually prefer these. They look a hell of a lot better on your model than, let's say, stickers do. As you can see here, you can still see the sticker outline, which we're going to cover up once we put a satin top coat over that. So let's get started. I'm going to show you this example. We're going to work on the top right shoulder of this master grade unicorn, which I will have a full video of how this came out, which is coming out beautiful. I still need to do some panel lining, but onto it. What we're going to do here is we're going to cut this RX8 and we're going to put it on the top up here, and I'll show you how to do that. So of course, take your time. You don't want to rush any of these. It's definitely a process. You have to also leave a little bit extra when you cut. Don't cut exactly to the decal itself. This way it gives you a little room to tape it down. Along with the tape, try to use masking tape. I understand that it's a little bit harder to see with the masking tape on top. The reason why is because if you use your scotch tape and you didn't top coat, or you didn't top coat well enough, you might paint your paint right off there. You also want to use clean hands, gloves preferably. You don't want to handle this too much, get your finger oils all over these decals. So let's cut this a little bit deeper. I've seen a couple of videos where people use their scotch tape and I just cringe every single time they peel the decal right off, because in my mind, whew, that paint's coming right off. It's a chance. So if you don't have any masking tape at home and you only have scotch tape, I definitely recommend you try it on a piece of the model that is not exposed, maybe like beneath the feet, anywhere that you might see if, you know, peeling off the scotch tape might peel the paint along with that. But either or, back to our little tutorial here. As you can see, I cut out the RX decal, and we're going to put that on top here, right on top of that little panel right there. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut myself some little tiny bits or little strips of some paint. I have my tweezers here, and I'm going to line this up, make sure it is correct, and we're going to line it up right about there. That's a pretty good placement, right about there. Now, using my tweezers and the little tiny pieces of tape that I cut, I'm just going to lay it right on there. Just tape it right on there. Make sure it's secure. Leave yourself some room to see the decal. Make sure that it's on. And we go. See, nice and secure. Now, lastly, I have myself a separator I'm going to use to kind of rub that on. It's got a nub tip. Of course, you can use the back of your hobby knife. Anything that's blunt that's not going to scratch your paint. A coin, anything that you may have. In this case, I have the separator. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and rub it on there. Gotta get a nice grip on this. Now, I'm not putting too much pressure, but I'm definitely putting sufficient pressure on there to make sure that it comes off the plastic and that we're getting it onto our model. Let's do this a few more times, a few more passes. Again, giving it just enough pressure to make sure that it comes right off. And all right. Once you're done, what you want to do is take the bottom half of your tape, slowly work it back, because if you missed a letter, let's say, or a piece of the decal, you can quickly put the tape right back onto your model without removing the entire dry transfer. But in this case, it transferred out perfectly. As you can see, we have our RX-8 there. Pretty happy with the placement. Of course, rinse and repeat. So there you have it. See, pretty simple. I have plenty to go, unfortunately, but I'll leave you there not to drag this on. That's how you do your dry transfers. Tips to keep in mind: clean hands, preferably gloves. Use masking tape. Don't use Scotch tape or any other tape. It might peel your paint job. You'll have to redo that again and destroy your decal on top of that, which is worse. Use a sharp knife. I just changed this blade out before we started cutting. And a blunt object to rub your dry transfer onto your model. And there you have it, guys. If you have any comments or ways that you dry transfer or any suggestions, please, of course, leave them in the comments box below. And if you happen to see the bell on your way back up, go ahead and give it a kick it right in the belly, and go ahead and set that subscribe button on fire. And I'll see you all next time. With that said, thank you again for joining me, Kevin, at Gutsy Studio, and hope to see you all and have a great 2021.